بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم، والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين سيدنا محمد النبي أمي وعلى آله وصحابته أجمعين. أما بعد، هنبدأ النهاردة المحاضرة رقم 8 in our course of Human Resources Management. In this chapter we are going to discuss one of interesting topic in human resource management. It's regarding performance management and appraisal. In this chapter we are aiming to achieve the following learning objective. Number one, describe the performance appraisal process. Define advantage and disadvantage of at least each performance appraisal methods. Giving example of potential appraisal problem and how to deal with them. Also, we are going to determine different steps to take in the appraisal interview. Explain key points in how to use the appraisal interview to post-employee engagement. Number 6, explain how you would take a performance management approach to appraisal. How could we conduct the appraisal process? Basic steps of performance appraisal, it includes 3 basic steps. Step number 1, sets work standards. Number 2, assess performance. Number 3, provides feedback to the employees. This means that if you don't have written standards, it will be very difficult to assess the appraisal of your employee. So setting work standards could be considered a preliminary stage for assessing the performance of your employees. Why appraise performance is important? It's important for the following 5 reasons. Number 1, based on the appraised performance, we could pay, we could promote, or we are going to support retention decisions. Number 2, based on the appraised performance, we link performance management to company goals. Number 3, the manager can correct deficiencies and reinforce strengths. Number 4, with appraisal, employees can review career plans. Number 5, training needs are identified. Defining the employees' goals and performance standard. It will require, number 1, is to set different goals that we are going to achieve, identifying job dimensions or traits that we are going to assess, behavior or competencies. How to set effective goals as a first step for performance appraisal. Number 1, you must assign specific goals. This means that employees who receive specific goals usually perform better than those who do not. Number 2, assign measurable goals. Goals must be assigned in quantitative terms, and you must determine target's date or a deadline. Sometimes a goal couldn't be measured. In this case, satisfactory completion, such as satisfactorily attended workshop, could be the next best thing if you are not able to measure or to quantify your goal. Number 3, assign challenging but double goals. This means that the goals should be challenging but not so difficult that they appear unrealistic. Number 4, encourage participation. It tends to be easier to set higher standards when your employees participate. Participation tends to lead to improved performance, and this is very important, that you must encourage your employees for a participation in setting a goal, because higher level of participation lead to improved performance. Who should do the appraising? Actually, any HR department is serving as an advisory role. In general, HR department provide advice on what appraisal tool to use, but they giving a chance, they leaving a process and the final decision to operating manager. In general, appraising could be done either, number 1, using peer appraisal, or through rating committees, or through safe ratings, or through appraisal by subordinates, or number 5, 360-degree feedback. A most advanced one is to depend on 360-degree feedback. With 360-degree feedback, the employer collects performance information all around an employee. He is collecting information from his or her supervisor, from subordinates, from peers, from internal and external customers. Generally, this information it's using for development of this employee, because actually it's collecting from different sources. So we depend on this information not to forbearing the employee, but actually we are using such assessment for developing the performance of your employee. Nowadays, you could implement some of computerized system in getting such a type of feedback, and then feedback into individualized reports to rates. Actually, we have different techniques could be conducted for appraising performance. Number 1 is graphic rating scale. Number 2, alternation ranking. Number 3, paired comparison. Number 4, forced distribution. Number 5, critical incident method. Number 6, narrative forms. Number 7, behavior anchored rating scale. Number 8, mixed standard scales. Number 9, management objectives, MVP. Also, nowadays we could adopt computerized and web-based performance appraisal for getting the appraising of our employees. Also, we have what we call electronic performance monitoring. This electronic performance monitoring, it's a system use computer network technology to allow a manager to monitor their employee computers. How this will allow a manager to monitor the employee's rate, accuracy, time spent working online. Such EPM, electronic performance monitoring, can improve productivity, but it also seems to raise employees' stress because many employees feel that they are under control, so this will increase stress and pressure on them. However, this technique could be used for assessing efficiency, and it enabled us to improve the productivity of our employees. When you are going to rate your employees' performance, or rating the performance of your employees, you are facing different problems. These different problems, it will known as a problem of error appraisal problems, or error appraisal, because when you are conducting appraisal, you are facing different errors. These problems could result from different reasons. One of the problems that you are facing, it's called unclear standards. Number 2, halo effects. Number 3, central tendency. Number 4, leniency or strictness. Number 5, recency effects. On a key standard, it could be occurred when the appraiser is too open to interpretation. Could happen this on the key standards. Halo effects, it's occur when the supervisor is rating his subordinate on one trait, biases, and ignore the other traits. Yani when he is going to rate his employees, he is only rating him based on one trait and neglecting the other types of traits. This is known as halo effect. Also, one of the problems, it's called recency effects. Recency effects, it's occurred when subordinates or the supervisor letting his employees done something in a good way, and this thing blend the supervisor to what his or her performance. Yeah, for example, you have one subordinate and one of the supervisor. When he is rating his subordinates, he is getting one good thing covering other bad things of in the performance of the subordinates. In this case, it's called recency effects. So how could we avoid this? We could avoid this by accumulating critical incidents all year long. This is a solution for recency effects. Also, in most of cases, we depend on the appraisal interview, and this interview, it has some of deficiencies and it has some strengths. To ensure success of a interview for appraising, first you must prepare for your interview, plan the interview, measuring success, date to complete, and coaching. This is the most important condition for ensuring a success of the interview for appraising the employee. Appraising performance, it's important because we have what we call performance management. It's actually a continuous process of identifying, measuring, and developing performance of individuals and teams, and aligning their performance with the organization goals. And this, when you are managing your performance, it will be better if you could committed it under the concept of total quality management, which is based on the following dimension: cease dependence, continuous improvement, extensive training, drive out fear, remove barriers, self-improvement. Nowadays, there are extensions in the use of digital technology and social media in performance and management, and this is your assignment at home. Try to discuss in an essay different digital technology, different social media, and how could we use this technology in conducting performance management. Finally, you must discuss also the role of managers in performance management. One of his role is to select the philosophy of appraising, and this philosophy of appraising shouldn't threat TQM principles. And when you try to select your philosophy that you are going to adopt in appraising your employees, this performance management shouldn't threat TQM principle. Supporting employee continuous feedback, providing required resources and coaching, rewarding good performance, and you must remember that employees' performance reflect more than just whether they are motivated.